What's going on YouTube? I just want to make this little video real quick to pretty much celebrating Vince Carter. If you Vince Carter will be having not Vince Carter, haha. The Brooklyn Nets will be retiring Vince Carter's number 15 jerseys at some point during the regular season. Outstanding. He definitely deserve it. Gotta see whenever the Raptors going to retire his jersey. If they haven't done it already, I'm not 100% sure. But this is a dedication to Vince Carter. I think Vince Carter is one of the more underrated, more than underrated shooting guards of all time, in my personal opinion. Um, Eight-time All Star, two-time All NBA player. Played with a handful of different teams throughout his NBA career. Played in four different decades of the NBA. Of course, Rookie of the Year, Slam Dunk Contest winner. So much. He got so much. He got so much to his resume. There's so much to talk about Vince Carter. Quite honestly, we have to talk about him being in Toronto when he was playing for the Toronto Raptors, and pretty much bringing the game of basketball, the entire game of basketball, over to Canada and making Canada enjoy basketball because of Vince Carter himself. One of the best, if not the best, in-game dunker of all time. I don't think we can make too much arguments about that. Quite honestly, he's just a very underrated player in general. I'm not too familiar with. I wasn't too familiar with Vince Carter during his heyday and his prime, mainly because all I hear about Vince Carter was the fact that he was a dunker, and that's what he was known for, to be a dunker. And then when I'm taking a look at some old games and looking at his stats to match those old games, the fact that he ended his career as a really good 3-point shooter, 37% from the 3-point line, which is definitely amazing. The multiple times throughout his career where he was over a 20-point per game scorer. Of course, right now, of course, for his entire career, is that I mean, at 16, that's because he spent 20 years in the league. He spent 4 decades in the league. So coming in '99 and then leaving out in 2020, that's a very long time to be playing the game of basketball. Sadly, he never made the NBA Finals, not once in his career. I think he was always, during those Toronto Raptors days, I think if him and his cousin T Mac stayed together, I think they could have been seeing an NBA Finals appearance at some point during the early 2000s, considering the early 2000s really wasn't that strong. And I think if they had both Vince Carter and T Mac, they would have got there before the Pistons took over the Eastern Conference, and then LeBron and Wade and them came through. I think they could have made that happen, but didn't happen. Went up to New Jersey, helped set New Jersey on fire with deep playoff runs every single year, but they couldn't get to the NBA Finals. And then after that, kind of bounced around in the league a little bit. Um, Went to the Orlando Magic a year after they made the finals, and they didn't make the finals. Noon the year he was there. Made stops in Phoenix and Dallas, and I think one of the most underrated versions of Vince Carter, in my personal opinion, which I definitely enjoyed watching, was his Memphis Grizzlies days, especially during the legit grit and grinds days. I always look at that grit and grind Grizzlies. So I say, can you imagine this grit and grind Grizzly with a prime Vince Carter on the team? Somebody that was a bucket, that's somebody that can get the buckets to get the 25 plus per the game while they continue bringing in elite defense. I said I wish that version of Vince Carter was there because then who knows what would have happened. Uh, Deep playoff runs, of course, and stuff. The fact that he stayed so long and helped mentor a lot of the younger cats in the NBA, and just watching his game in general, very underrated. Like I said, very underrated shooting guard in my personal opinion. When it comes to dunks, that's what they talk about more than anything when it comes to him. But I think throughout his career, he showcased that he's more than just a dunker, and I definitely enjoyed that, which is always awesome. Just watching these highlights right now, amazing. Just amazing player in general. So he definitely deserved his jersey retirement for the New Jersey. I believe they said he would be the seventh New Jersey player to get their jersey retired. Eventually, Brooke Lopez will too. We'll talk about it next time. The Raptors have to do the same thing at some point. They have to definitely need to do that at some point. But yeah, shout out to Vince Carter. He was also the Legend Edition for NBA 2K 25. So shout out to him for that too. Amazing player, underrated, great that he's getting his jersey retired. But that's it for me, you guys. Not something too long. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on another video.